Episode 60, jam-packed goodness today, folks. So I hope you guys have put aside some time because we're going to be going through a whole bunch of awesomeness. I can't wait to bring on our creator. I can't wait to go through some of his amazing work. I can't wait to show off the work that you guys have submitted. I didn't get a whole lot of submissions this month, but that's okay. We still got some really nice ones to take a look at with some stories behind them. So I'm excited about all of that as well. And yeah, we have giveaways. That's right, folks. It's episode 60, so that means there are going to be some giveaways. But before we get with any of those kinds of stuff, let's see who has joined us in the chat, shall we? First off, we got Justin. What's up, Justin? Welcome. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm ready. I hope you guys are ready because I'm ready. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I know our creator backstage is ready. He's excited too, so we're gonna have a lot of fun with that. We got Mudhorn Station. That's right, buddy. I know where you're coming from with that. So thankful that you're here. I know it's really early in the morning for you, or I guess late at night, depending on how you want to see it. So I appreciate you being here. We got Starboy Station. What's up, buddy? Actually, you know what? He was our last winner for the giveaway, and I completely forgot to send it out because that was during our postal strike, so I couldn't get it out to him, and then I forgot about it. But don't worry, I'll be sending that out to you, Joel. No worries, that's coming out to you. Hopefully by the end of this week, I can send that out to you with a bunch of greeblies as well for your Jawa town. Go and check out Starboy's site, right, or Instagram right now, because he's doing some amazing work for a section of his station called Jawa Town. So you definitely want to check that out. We have Nebulous Nexus. What's up, buddy? So glad you could make it. And I know there's going to be more people trickling in. Do we have anybody else that came in? Oh, we got Fat Red Foo. Welcome, buddy. So glad you could make it here. Who else do we have? We have, welcome. Good to see you, buddy. We got H Shizzle. I don't know how to say that. Shizzles. Well, either way, you're here and I'm so thankful. Glad you could make it. Oh, look at that. We got more people. He's just leaving comments and stuff like that. But hey, thank you guys so much for interacting within the comment section. I do appreciate that as well. But you know what? As you guys trickle in, I'll try to reach back out to the chat because I don't want to waste any more time. I want to bring on our next guest. So let's go get him. Hey, we got Joey in the house. What's up, buddy? Pirate? So glad you could make it, man. I'm excited for this episode because I can't wait to dive into some of your work because you've been doing some. Actually, I don't think I've seen anybody else doing what you do.
I know it's kind of
on Instagram. I'm surprised. I was surprised by that too. I was gonna try to do that, but I wasn't doing it justice like how you're doing it. So we're gonna dive into all your work. I can't wait to get into all that kind of stuff. But before we do any of that stuff, actually, I should be asking you, how are you doing?
Oh man, I'm doing great.
Because I know you're hyped up. You're hyped up to be here.
I'm recovering. I had a medical thing on my knee on a week ago, but I'm taking care of it now and about ready to get the stitches out. I'm ready.
Well, welcome to the club because I had knee surgery not too long ago. I'm still recovering. Doing hyperbaric for that stuff now. So yeah, it's a whole lot.
That's exciting.
Yeah, really. Well, actually, just finished recently because I was actually going into the chamber and all that stuff. It was really weird. I remember the one. I even had an ear ache at one point. It was like, oh my god, a whole headache. So I'm glad that's done. Now I'm in the rehab stage. It's still healing, but I'm in the rehab stage. So hopefully before the summer's done, I'll be walking normally. I'm actually walking without crutches, so that's
well,
good.
That's awesome, man.
That's a good first step.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're gonna get into your stuff. But before we do that, I'd like to get into the monthly challenges and what you guys have sent us. So let's dive into that. For all you old heads, you guys must remember that sound effect from
Yeah.
the PlayStation 1. That's where that's from. So I just
Oh
love
man,
that sound.
I was literally just thinking that. I'm like, man, that sound effect sounds so familiar.
Well, I saw your reaction when when the video was playing, I could still see you. So I saw
Yeah.
your reaction. I'm like, oh, I gotta mention that because for sure he must remember where that sound effect's from.
Oh man, that's Twisted
Actually,
Metal days, man.
I know, right? Oh my goodness! And what's that other game? Siphon Filter was another
Oh
game that I
yeah, man.
really enjoyed. That was a lot of fun as well. Let's take a quick look at the chat, see if we have anybody new here. Anybody new yet? No. But yeah, we're gonna dive into some of this stuff here. Let me get my phone so I can make sure I get the stories. Because some people have given me some stories for these characters. So let's dive into that. All right, so as you guys know, the monthly challenge, the theme was Underworld. So you guys created some really cool characters. I just created a little poster, little thing going on here with the characters that I have. These are just characters I've made from the past. So if you go and check out my underscore Pirates of the Galaxy page, Instagram page, you'll find a lot of their backstories. A lot of these, many of the characters in the background, those Triceratrons, those guys were part of my Figtober from last year, so you can find out some of the stories there. And my main character is the Hut. That's Dira the Hut. She runs the underworld for my station. So we'll dive into that in a little bit. But first, let's look at Fat Red Foo. We're gonna look at some of his awesome creations here. So this he built out of like a kit bash, a bunch of different things. He did an amazing job with the paint work because underneath all of that is the Spin Master's Nightwing. So a lot of black and blue, and you would never have known that looking at that. He did an amazing job with the paint work. I really love that. One of the things that he mentioned about Numa City is that there are no heroes. So take that as you will. But this is a really cool looking guy. I love the concept. I like how he's so colorful. He's a bad guy,
Yeah.
but he's colorful. He does look like a hero. But
And that
no,
jacket
he's
really makes him pop.
yeah, exactly. I really love what he did there with that. He still kept some of the blue in there. Really awesome design. But yeah, go and check out Fat Red Foo. Everybody that submitted something, I'll be putting their information in the description after the show. So you can, if you don't follow them, you can go and check out their work. They're doing amazing stuff. He's got this really awesome storyline that he's got going on with his world building. So Numa City is the city that where he does a lot of his world building, but the storytelling that he does, I think it's called Real Dead Fish. Is that, correct me if I'm wrong, Fat Red Foo, if I may have gotten the title wrong, but the storyline's really cool, and he also has a lot of behind the stage stuff with like how he does his planning and all that kind of
I
stuff as
really
well.
like
So
how he tilted the camera for this shot where he's
yeah,
holding the briefcase. That's awesome, man.
and it kind of reminds me of the old school Batman. Whenever they
Yeah.
made the bad guy on the put the bad guy on the screen, they would often tilt the screen just so that you could see he's off center.
Yeah.
He's not quite a flat line good guy kind of thing. So yeah, I like that. So you did a great job with the photography as well. Great looking character, awesome job. Thank you so much for submitting. Thank you all for those that have submitted a character. You guys have all done an amazing job. So yeah, really cool stuff. And then we got G. Alfred Shumway. He submitted some really cool guys. Now these guys are called Scum and Villainy is the name of this team of guys. And so the characters that are part of this team are Lil Boss, so Lil Bosk. So Lil Bosk, Tiger, and Kimbo. So these are those guys there. I think this guy's Kimbo, and I think the guy that's leaning on the ship, I think that's Tiger, or maybe I have them mixed up. But
Yeah,
we
I think
know,
the guy with the hat is Tiger because
yeah, maybe
he
he's
look
Tiger.
because he looks like oh man, Joe Exotic.
Oh yeah, that's right. He does kind of look. So yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe it is Tiger, and then the guy that's leading on the ship, that's Kimbo, and we obviously know who Lil
Oh
Bosk
yeah,
is.
because Kimbo is he's the big bearded guy that did
Yeah, so that is Kimbo then at the
all
back. All right, so yeah, Kimbo, Tiger. Yeah, that makes sense now.
right.
Love it. So yeah, he did a great job with
Yeah,
these characters. Again, you guys. That's why one of the things that I was saying is that you can create any style you want to go with, whether it's kit bashing or from a scratch build or just paint work. You guys all did phenomenal work. So yeah, really cool stuff. I liked how these guys came out, and he was having fun with it too, right?
yeah,
So that's the best part. That's what I want for you guys to have fun with your creations. So yeah, awesome stuff here.
yeah. And I'm a sucker for a Trandoshan, man.
Yeah, you can never go wrong with the lizard people.
Yeah.
Let's see if do we have anybody else that popped into the chat. I just always want to make sure that I think I saw someone new. Did I? Please forgive me, guys, because my vision's not the best. Oh, look at that. We do have someone new. Welcome. Glad you can make it. Punk Goose. That's a cool ass name.
Yeah, it is.
Awesome name. Punk Goose. Welcome to the party. And so yeah, this is like awesome stuff. So here's our another submission. This one's from Lord of Thane. This guy, he always creates some amazing stuff as well. So the head, he actually did mention the head is a 3D print that he created himself. Let me see if I can find. Oh, here's the story. So yeah, he created the custom head, which is a Nikto. And this Nikto's name is, please forgive me if I butcher this, Lord of Thane. It's Sugnavakasa Idna. So that's Vakasa, sorry, Igna. And he was a former member of the Crimson Dawn gang, and then he went off on his own, and now on Oakmead Station he's a smuggler. So he actually runs the smuggling syndicate operations on Oakmead Station. So that's Lord of Thane's world building station. Go and check out his page as well. He has some awesome images there of a lot of the characters there, as
Yeah,
well as
that's.
the
I
building as
love the
well.
detail on the jacket with the and the arms.
Yeah, I know, right? And then the vest, the armor underneath,
Yeah,
really cool stuff. I like the paintwork too on the head. So here's a back and front.
yeah.
Awesome job, man. Did a good
That's so
job on
cool.
that. I like the how he picked up the detail by doing some dry brushing on that jacket. Looks
Yeah.
really cool. And then we have my stuff now. I don't know why the pictures didn't update. The two characters on the side, those two aren't supposed to be there. So those are from a former um, slideshow that I had before. But the character in the middle, which is Dira the Hut, here's some of her crew. She has lots of people working for her on the station. So these are just some of the criminal
I love the
members.
size comparisons.
Yeah, I like having different size characters, and then also too with Star Wars figures, there's a little bit smaller than 118 scale. So I like having some of those guys intermixed in there. I don't think there's any Star Wars characters here. Oh, there's a custom one. The guy beside the bald headed chick on the left there. He's one of the only Star Wars, and the Hut, of course, the only Star Wars figures there. But yeah, check out my page. You'll find stories from most of these characters. So here's Dira the Hut with her captain. She's a smuggler, so she smuggles in a lot of stuff to the station. And Dira the Hut just runs things, the underworld on her station. So yeah, she's gorgeous with her makeup.
Yeah, I love the lipstick. That's awesome.
Give her a kiss. And so here's my bounty hunter. Now this guy, his name is Real Dixon. So that's Ryll, and Dixon spelled Dixan. So he's based on Daryl Dixon, and
Oh,
but I made my own version of him. So I used the Daryl Dixon head from The Walking Dead, but then the body is from a Hiya Toys Major Blood, and then the coat I bought online, the soft goods coat, which is wired at the bottom, so you can get some pretty cool dynamic poses with that. So yeah, he was a fun character to make. I started making him last month, but I wanted to finish him off for this contest. And here's a close up of him looking like a badass.
Yeah, man, you had me sold as a space Daryl. So
that's that's what I was going for, so it worked. I achieved what I was going for. And then we have Mudhorde Station with his awesome creation. Now these are sisters. Let me
nice.
pull up his storyline behind these characters. So let me get the names. Okay, so these sisters are called the Vind Jazz sisters. Please correct me if I said that wrong. Vind Jazz, Vindgaz. So the Vind Jazz sisters, which are they're bounty hunters slash killers for hire. So you when you need someone taken care of, these people will do it. So the one on the very far right is just to show you the base base figure that he used, and the rest are the customs that he made. So the ones that
Oh
are
man, that's
on the
awesome.
left of that are the customs, but they look awesome. These are triplets I wouldn't want to mess with. So one's obviously a sniper. The other one looks like she's an assault chick, and then the one in the middle just looks like she just runs things. Maybe she's the boss. You can let me know, Mudhorn, because you're in the chat. So definitely let me know in terms of the
Well,
characters.
that's a cool storyline to think about, like siblings in the underworld.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
cool.
Especially when they're triplets too,
Yeah.
because they can play a lot of head games.
Yeah.
but uh, but yeah, very very nice looking characters. Love the stuff. Oh wait, he's saying something there. Oh, we have somebody else in the chat. Assault chick. Okay, she's an assault chick. Oh, I did get it right. Okay, cool. Thanks, man. Sorry, guys. It takes me a second to take a look at what you guys are saying because my vision's not the best. So, oh, here's a new person in the chat. Welcome, welcome. Glad you could make it. So yeah, that these guys look really really cool. You did an awesome job on those. And then finally, I think we have just one. Oh, there's another shot of
Oh, I
them.
love that background.
I know it looks cool. But yeah, he did an awesome job with these girls. And I like how they're even though they're triplets and they look the same, they still look different.
Yeah,
Like
like the
just
one on the
slightly
far
different with the
left
hair.
definitely looks different than the one on to the right, and
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. They look the same but different. So yeah, you did a great job with distinguishing them, man. Awesome stuff. And then we have Starboy Station. So this is our final entry, and then we'll take a quick look at yours in a second there. So this guy, hold on, I want to make sure I get the name right and everything. Now this guy is actually based on his. So those who don't know, Starboy's son does amazing art. So that's the image that you see in the center there, and so yeah, he did an awesome job with this character. He
great.
looks like a scumbag, which is what he is. So his name is Grotier, Greuter. Cy Greuter is his name. He's a death stick aficionado. So you need death sticks, he's your man on Starboy Station. So that's the character is based on this image, which is really cool, and he did an awesome job with that. I love how this
Nice.
guy looks. I like the colors that he used in terms of the vest and stuff like that. And he's one of the I guess he's one of those taller Yoda type characters. But you need death sticks. He's your man. I wonder if he has the force. Actually, Starboy, you're here. Does he have the force? Does he use
I'm
the
getting
force at all?
I'm getting Danny DeVito taxi vibe.
Yeah, the guy behind the cage.
Yeah,
I definitely see that. Yeah, I love this character too. He did an awesome job. Papa Yoda. I just saw that there. The guys are going so quick in the chat. I can't keep up. What is it, Granddaddy? Papa Yoda. But yeah, also like you guys did an awesome job with your submissions, guys. I really love how these guys came out. Here's another shot. Here's a close up shot of him with the big cigar in his mouth, which or I guess it's a death stick in his mouth. Looks really cool. Here's another shot as well. So yeah, not only does this guy come up with some really unique and cool custom characters, his station is just phenomenal. Definitely go and check that out. He's been on the show, so you can check out one of the older episodes where we take a quick look at Starboy Station, and yeah, you will not be disappointed. Here's another shot. I just love how he has a cigar just jammed right
Yeah.
into his mouth like that. Really cool. But yeah, you guys did a phenomenal job. Thank you so much for those who have submitted a character for that. Like you guys did an amazing job. We're already into the second week of June, so that means we're 2 weeks into the June challenge. So you have until June 29th to submit, and the challenge for this month is a custom speeder. So it can be a speeder bike, speeder car, speeder truck, any type of hover vehicle. I'll accept it. Can't be like any like starfighters or anything. So it has to be a hover vehicle. So basically something that you would use on the ground, just doesn't use wheels. So I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. You're gonna see some of what I started working on, and the speeder bike that I was making for my real Dixon. That I'll show off as well at the end of the month. Sorry, the beginning of July when we go through the June challenges. So yeah, I'm very excited for those. But actually, Joey, you had started one
Yeah, I
that
started one.
so let's take a quick look at the one that you have
So
and
this
just
guy,
tell
I
us
call
about
him
him.
Mid Lips. He he's a guy that like if you can't find something, you go to this guy and he finds it for you.
Nice.
In my comic during he found a Necronomicon, so
Hmm.
for a cult, which could be a plot twist in the end.
We'll definitely dive more into that once we start going through some of your work because I'm really curious about the cryo tales. Like
Yeah,
those really sound, the storyline sounds really cool. I got to glance through a few of the pages, so I really want to dive in, like full fledged dive in, and
sweet man.
take a look at some of those. But should we do the giveaway now, like one of the giveaways now, or should we go into our next segment first?
Let's go ahead. Let's do a giveaway.
Want to do a giveaway? I think we should do a giveaway. Okay, so if we're gonna do a giveaway, here's what you need to put in the chat. So for those who haven't yet showed up, so if you're watching it on the replay, sorry guys, you can't win. But here's what you need to put in the chat. It is hashtag sweet tea. So you can see that in the banner there. I'll keep that on the screen before we go into our next segment, and we'll do the we'll actually do that in a little bit. So what you're actually going for is a T-shirt like this one. It doesn't have to be a green one. It could be whatever color you want. I'll let you when whoever wins. I'll reach out to you and let you know what colors you have as an option. But you'll get one of these cool T-shirts. So yeah, you'll get one of those. So if you want it in black or blue or yellow or red, you'll have the option of that. But yeah, just put down sweet tea, all in lowercase, all in one word. So the word sweet and tea as in TEE, not TEA. So not that kind of sweet tea, but yeah, sweet tea as in you. That's why I put it like that. It's like a play on words. So hopefully you guys caught that. But I'm an old man, so I have to give away the joke. So yeah, I'm seeing. No, remember no. Oh, look, somebody spelled it wrong. Aha! You see? I'm glad you fixed it. You corrected it. But yeah, sweet tea, not TEA. It's TEE for your chance to win a T-shirt. Lord of Thin, you've arrived. Make sure you put a hashtag with the sweet tea, or else it won't pick you up. So I'm leaving you guys all kinds of hints so you all have a fair chance at winning. So sweet tea hashtag. So hashtag SWEETTEE. So there are two T's and there are four E's. So yeah, you guys figure that out. But not TEA. So it's not that kind of tea. Even though that's what you guys all thought because when you saw the word sweet tea. And that's what I was going for. I could have been a dick and not correct you guys, but I'm not that kind of a person. So yeah, I'll let that run. We'll go into our next Sorry, go ahead.
I said, curse you, autocorrect.
Hey Joey, if you want to put your nomination in there, you can go ahead too. You just go
Okay.
into the chats and then put hashtag sweet tea, and you'll have a chance at winning as well. I won't bother because I wouldn't really be winning, right? Because I'd have to pay for my own prize. That'd be kind of shitty. That would suck. But as we wait for more people to either pop in or put that in, we'll dive into our next segment. We'll go through this because there's not too many involved with this part. So let's dive into that. And now it's time for Greeblies. Greeblies!
Oh, my precious. Oh, yes, anything can be a Greeley.
So here we go. We're going to dive into the stuff that you guys make out of junk. You guys do an awesome job, so I definitely want to showcase all of these things. And one of our experts, Greebly builders, is Mr. David Dunn. This guy makes some amazing stuff out of just everyday junk that you have laying around your house. So he's making a speeder. What's actually funny, all of the submissions for the Greeblies, they're all speeders. So I guess these are all people working on their speeders for the June competition, including myself. So here's some of the Greeblies that he used. So you use looks like one of those yogurt bottles, a nasal spray bottle, and a few other parts, bits and pieces here and there, like caps and stuff, that kind of thing. And once he starts putting it together, it's already starting to look pretty cool here. So here he's gluing some of those parts together. The cap at the back being a thruster. And I learned a lot of these things from these guys. So here's another angle of it. It's really coming along. What really unifies everything is when they add the primer. I don't think I have any shots of it being primed yet, but maybe he'll have something for next week.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That looks really cool. They have the handlebars and everything on there, like really cool stuff. And here's with the figure on it. That thing looks like it can go pretty quick. Nice job, man. But it's just crazy how many, like, whenever I see these guys put these things together, I'm like, how do they figure out what to use? How much is just enough? Because I always think, oh, I'll probably put too much stuff and it'll look like crap. But these guys always put the right amount of Greeblies on their projects to make them look awesome. So yeah, he did a great job on this. I can't wait to see the final product, which will most
I like
likely.
the O-rings on the front there.
Yeah, that looks cool, right?
Like real cool sci-fi's. And the handlebars are just perfect because a lot of figures don't have the wrist twist. You know?
Yeah, exactly. So I'd like to see how that would work too. So yeah, he did an awesome job. So here's some of my stuff that I'm working on. This one I didn't. This is not me. This is just one that I found online. I was going through Pinterest to get some inspiration, and I saw someone made this. So another person used one of those yogurt bottles, and look at the detail. It's just insane. Wow. Such a crazy level of detail on there. It reminded me a lot of David Dunn's work.
Yeah.
Maybe it's his. Who knows? But yeah, he did an awesome job with that. Here's another shot of it.
Wow.
Like really cool stuff. Well, different type of bottle. He's just giving you guys ideas. So here is my stuff now. So these are the parts that I use to make my own little thruster for my speeder. So I'm making a VW speeder van or speeder bus, and so these are the parts that I use. So like I use that far piece is a wheel from an old tank that I had pulled it apart. I'm going to use that as an air intake. Then there's a cheap champagne bottle topper that covers the cork. That's what's right beside it. The two little clear caps, those are from I'm a type 1 diabetic, so those are from my insulin needles, so those are leftover parts. Then there's the Kinder Egg the Kinder egg, and so I put those together to come up with this look. So I still have a few other things that I want to add to it. So getting the idea from Making Hicks 6, which you'll see his stuff in a second. But I got the inspiration for that back part where the champagne topper is. I cut into the top part of it because it's rounded, but I cut a hole into it so that way it can sit flush with the Kinder egg. And then I use the two little needle caps. I use those like one on top of the other so that it can be put inside the champagne topper, like you can see on the left hand side there.
Nice.
So just to give that like thruster look, I got that. I was inspired by Making Hicks 6 to do that. And then the front part is the tank wheel, which is acting like the air intake. And then these beads, I'm going to be using those to put as bolts because
Nice.
I bought this on Amazon. It has various sizes. So the smaller ones, obviously, I'm going to be using as bolts. The larger ones, I may use as eyes for probe droids. I might make some probe droids with the eyes. That's why I got them in black. So they're nice glossy black, and I can use them as probe droid eyes for the larger ones. And so, speaking of Making Hicks 6, here are his amazing designs. Now, I don't have all the images. He has some recent updated pictures as well. So definitely go and check him out. Again, those of you that don't follow any of these people, at the end of the show, I'll be putting their links in the description, so you'll be able to go and check them out for yourself and give them a follow because these guys are all very talented. So here's another guy that uses like a lot of like caps and Crayola caps and like guitar strings and just bits and pieces from like old electronics and stuff like that he cuts apart and then puts them together to make these awesome vehicles. So he's making it looks like it's a small speeder, but it's a heck of a lot bigger than what you're seeing here. Because again, I don't have all the images. He has some updated versions of it. So like the bottom part of this vehicle, which is a large rocket, is what this is going to be sitting on. So you guys can go and check him out to see some more updated pictures. But yeah, as you can see, it's a fairly small bike because Afra's not big at all. And she's fitting on there, like just barely fitting on there. So it's a pretty small bike. But yeah, he did a phenomenal job with that. So yeah, that's our weekly Greeblies for this week. And so yeah, if you guys have some Greeblies that you want to submit or ideas for Greeblies that you want to use in some of your builds, send me those pictures either at my WIP Wednesday Live Instagram account or my _ Pirates of the Galaxy account. You can send me your images there, and we'll use them in the show for the next one. So yeah, some great stuff. Let's see if people have submitted. Are you guys ready to draw? Should we draw now? Before we dive into the stuff we're working on? Let's run the draw. Here we go. We have, how many submissions do we have? We have 11 submissions. All right, here we go. Good luck, folks. I don't know if you guys can see this. Are you guys able to see it or no?
I don't see it.
Oh no, I guess I did. I was supposed to share my screen. But anyways, our winner is, and I'll share the screen now. How do I do that again? Oh yeah, here. Share my screen. And our winner is, and again, this is all completely done by the algorithm, so I didn't have any say in this. And where's the screen? All right, so here's our winner. And our winner is Fat Red Foo! Congratulations. I'll reach out to you. You guys can see that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I'll reach out to you and I'll get your size and what color you want. I'll let you know what colors are available. And yeah, congratulations, man. Congrats. Don't worry, guys. There's still another chance to win another prize. Another awesome prize. So Fat Red Foo, you are a winner for the t-shirt. So I'll reach out to you a little bit later on and I'll let you guys know. And I'll let you... Oh, medium. Okay, so you're a medium and I'll let you know what colors are available. So yeah, awesome stuff. But anyways, let's dive into stuff we're working on because I want to get into your project. So we're gonna quickly go through some of the stuff that I work on, and then Joey, we're diving into all of your stuff,
Sweet.
which is why we're all here. So let's take a look at what we're working on.
No, bigger. Smaller. No, it's the one with a hole on the end that curves this way. I think I saw it once before over there in that pile near the circulators. There you go. I always knew you were the smart one.
All right, so this is a part of the show where we talk about the stuff that we're currently working on. So some work in progress projects. So most of what I'm doing right now is writing lore stuff. So these are like some custom characters that I've made. So here's my speeder bus that I'm working on, my VW speeder bus.
Nice.
So once the thrusters are painted, it'll look a lot better. On the front end, I'm thinking about using a Gatorade cap to make like a little, I guess, hover type part of the vehicle. I'm gonna add some more greeblies on it. And because it's pretty small, I'm going to be putting I'm not sure if I want to use it for Ewoks or if I want to use it for Jawas. Because if I'm going to use it for Jawas, I'm probably going to paint it brown and then fill it up with a whole bunch of like droid parts and like, techno parts and stuff like that inside. So it's like a traveling sales van. So I'm thinking I might go that direction. But then I'm also sorry. Go ahead.
I said that sounds awesome. The travel, like, imagine Jawas doing space travel. Of course, they're going to be in a van, half put together, and like. Yeah.
So I want to, if I'm going to use the Jawas, I'm going to make it look as junky as possible. So I'll be weathering it and adding a whole bunch of junk to it, like pipes hanging out here and there, other greebly parts, like techno parts, just like pieced onto the vehicle to try to get it to hover or to move forward. But then also I'm going to fill it up with a bunch of droid parts and stuff like that. So that's one of the things that I'm working on. The other thing that I'm working on is this character. Her name is Tula Grease. No, Tula, is it Gleese? Yeah, Tula Gleese. So she's a singer. She's from Alderaan. What was once Alderaan. She's a singer, a lounge singer. So she sings for Deer of the Hut. So Deer of the Hut hired her, and it just so happens that she got hired just around the time when the Empire is about to blow up Alderaan. So that's how she managed to survive that explosion. And one of the people that she works with is my own Sci-Fi Punisher. So she works with him because he's also from Alderaan and he lost everything. She even sang a song. She created a song called Stormtrooper Killer, and that's a song based on the Punisher and how he goes now and kills all members of the Empire whenever he can find them. So that's he used to be a Death Trooper, but now he's the Punisher and he kills all Imperials. So he was actually on the Death Star and it managed to escape just before Luke blew it up. So there's a whole lore story behind him. And the way he came about is I created him for another contest. So it was a speeder contest for Rebel base builds. So I built a speeder for him for that contest, and I just built it for my own Frank Kessel. The way his name is spelled is FranKassell. So Frank Kessel. So
Nice.
just to give it a more Star Wars type feel to him. And then I have these two droids. So on the left is Frack and on the right is Frick. So Frick and Frack. It's actually FR1K and FR4K. So that's how I got the name Frick and Frack. and the girl in the middle is actually Abby normally, for those guys that know who Abby normally is, but she's the MC for the circus. So they're part of a traveling circus. But one of the other characters in this story is her name's Roxy, so R0X1. And Roxy was actually a droid that was being built on Mount Tantus by the Empire. So before they got the Dark Trooper program, they were building a death droid called R0X1, and she just went haywire, killed everyone within the research development section, and then escaped Mount Tantus. And part of her malfunction is that she wants to liberate droids. So if you guys have seen the Mandalorian and Grogu, there's liberated droids on there called the Gotha, I think they're called. Gotha droids. But anyways, Roxy ends up creating the, what's it called? The Droid Liberation Front. So she actually creates her own little thing called Droid Liberation Front. She goes and liberates droids, kind of like the character from Solo. The Solo's, what's his name? Why am I drawing blanks now? Lando Calrissian's robot.
Yeah.
She goes and frees droids. Well, that's Roxy's kind of based on that character, but just more deadly. So go and check out my page, my Pirates of the Galaxy page, to see Roxy, and you'll see how badass she is. And that's it. Now we're diving in. Now it's all about you now, Joey. It's all on you now. You are now the center stage before we get into the last draw. But I really want to dive into some of your stuff, because you not only make comic books, you create some really cool custom figures and characters as well.
Yeah.
So, and actually right now you're working on this.
Yeah.
Which is,
so
what's that?
I bought that on Etsy. It's a Necronomicon. And I was trying to match the color from the movie as close as I could. So this is just brown, or I forget what color paint it was, but it was a brown with a flesh colored page to go on there. So I bought two. I bought a closed book and an open book.
Okay.
And this is before I did a black wash.
Okay. Well, yeah, it looks really cool, man. So here's another shot. So here it is, like you mentioned, opened.
Yeah, so that's the color of the page, and then like it has the indents on it. So what I did is I did a red wash on the pages to give it to make it look more like
weathered and like bloody.
And
I guess it was written in blood, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like the original book is written in blood, so that's cool.
And then that's the black wash.
So that's with the black wash. That looks really nice, man.
Yeah,
it actually does look like the one from the movie. Or
it's so mind-boggling how awesome that came out, and because when I started making Cryo City, I was like, what are the things I love? And then I was like, man, I really love Evil Dead. How am I going to tie that into this comic? And I was like, and then I found that on Etsy, and I'm like, it's over. I got it.
What scale is that? Is that for like 112 or is it for like 118?
That's 118.
Okay.
It's actually meant for the Joy Toy Warhammer figures.
Oh, okay.
And
nice.
But it works in my world very well. I love it.
I agree with you, Toy Box Pixel. Definitely nice. Awesome stuff. But yeah, that looks really cool. But wait, there's more. So here's some of the. So not only do you create, do you paint and customize and create figures, but you also have sets, which is really cool. I love that you dive into every aspect of the customization and world building, which is really cool. So what are we looking at here?
So this is a part of the current issue that I'm posting on Facebook.
I saw that.
Available on Webtoons if anybody's interested. But
that's okay. That's what I meant to ask you, because I didn't know where to find them. So at least now I know, so I can go and check those out there. And you guys heard it here. I'll actually add a link to it in the description as well after the show, because I think I only have a link to your IG page, so I'll add the link to that as well. But yeah, this is awesome stuff, man.
But yeah, this is a continued storyline from the last issue. This is Barry from the last issue, who asked Alice out on a date while they were being attacked by a giant AI, and she called him for advice, and he brought pizza. And
Nice. Anybody want a pizza? Actually, Starboy's saying that he just had that same book in one of his photos shoots that he just recently did. This photo noir, like he has like
nice.
he does like this really noir type storyline, which is really cool too. I love those pictures as well, guys. Like I said, go and check out his page. Check out everybody's page. If you guys are in the chat and you guys have Instagram pages, let us know, and we'll definitely point you guys towards them. So
Yeah,
here's sorry, go ahead.
so another part is like the whole set I got here is from extremesets.com.
Okay, yeah, I'm familiar with that. The cardboard
Yeah.
dioramas.
Yeah. I really like dug deep in like the toy photography and see what makes people stand out, right?
Right.
And it's not just the characters, but the atmosphere. And I needed
Mhm.
more for because if I wanted to do a cyberpunk comic, I needed something more than just like cardboard out of a fan box, you know.
Right.
So I they went on sale one time for like $14.99 for the 1/18 scale, and I cleaned the I was like,
I must have them all, my precious.
yeah,
But yeah, it's like but you're right though, like it does make you stand out because of the fact that it's not just a picture of two action figures. Even if you do an amazing job with custom figures, to really stand out, having the diorama, having everything put together really makes your pictures pop, right? And then you also add that like comic book edge look to them, like
yeah,
that drawn look to them, which is I think is really cool as well. So like here's what I'm talking about. Like here's more of that imagery where it kind of has like that almost painted comic book painted type style.
yeah.
Now these characters, how'd you make these guys?
All right, so these are the bodies are core figures,
Okay,
and the heads are Dollar Tree dinosaurs that I found.
they were just the right size. So, I never thought of doing that because a lot of the
I did,
times those are just those static plastic
yeah,
dinosaurs, right? And you just cut
yeah,
off the head and did this, which is brilliant. So I'm
yeah. I
guessing
did.
you dremeled in.
I was in. I got that idea from Facebook in one of
Okay,
the groups I'm in because I wanted to make Trandoshans, but they're so hard to come by, and they all look the same. And like, because before I made any of these comics, I used to make a Star Wars spoof called
right,
Paper Street Soap Company, and
right,
these two are brothers in that comic book, and they were Trandoshans, but I didn't want to like do the whole Star Wars
right.
off again. So I went with dinosaurs, and someone recommended uh, buying like Velociraptor head for their heads, right?
Right.
You couldn't find one that would fit the mold on the body, and so then I
Hmm.
was at the Dollar Tree, and I was like, "Oh man, I think these might actually work." And
And they
so
do.
yeah, and so I painted their I tried to match I'm pretty good at matching the paint to their skin, and
Yeah.
I added a green stripe down their arms,
Nice.
and
But
it's also
I like how alien they look. Like even though we know they're dinosaurs, they still look very alien,
yeah,
which is what's really cool about those.
and they're inspired by an episode of Star Trek Voyager where they came across a dinosaur species that left Earth, and then like they forgot they left Earth where they came from,
Oh
and,
wow. I
and
don't think I've
that was
seen that episode.
that
And
was
I thought I saw them all.
oh man, it's worth a rewatch, I'll tell you.
I have to go back and check that out now because I don't remember those aliens now. That
Yeah,
I
'cause
gotta check them
the
out.
whole controversy was they didn't want to because it was all like a religion thing,
Right.
and they didn't want them to I forget it's they didn't want the new technology to overthrow their religion,
Oh,
and
okay. Yeah,
yeah,
I'm gonna
it's
have to
right in the
check that out.
middle of like them fighting the Borg and that other alien race that fights the Borg, and
Oh yeah, species 8472 or one or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah, yeah.
That's awesome. I gotta go and check that out because I don't remember that episode. Maybe I have seen it, I just don't remember it because there's so many awesome episodes from Star Trek. I may have even forgotten that one. Who knows? But yeah, I have to go and check that out. So here's another shot. So not only do you build dioramas, you also take outside nature shots as
Yeah.
well.
So with the core, I've evolved into. So there's a guy I watch on YouTube called Sir Dork,
Yeah,
and
yeah, I know him.
he does all his photography outside. And I was like, well, I'll take a shot at it because where I live, there's so many spots I can take a
Right.
beautiful picture. And this is actually the beginning of the new core comic I'm working on right now.
Mm-hmm. That's like the base. This is part of the same comic where you saw those other characters in the background, like these guys.
No, well, they're two different comics. This is
Oh,
Cryos,
okay.
and then the other one, this one here is the Core Elite. Now this one
Oh, okay.
is so this is the challenge I gave myself on this, is that I can only use Leonard toys.
Oh, wow. For this particular storyline, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can make customs of the Leonard toys, but they have to all be made by Leonard toys.
That's a huge challenge, man. Because
Yeah.
some of their figures are great, but then someone. But yeah, when you can customize, why
Yeah.
not, man? Give it a shot. So that bear's from Leonard too.
Yeah, that's the Jumanji bear.
Holy cow! I did not know they even made that. That's really cool.
Yeah, they made like a panther, a lion, a couple other animals.
So here's another shot.
Yeah.
So these are just individual panels that you just showed us, like the
Yeah.
photography that goes behind that,
Hmm.
which is really cool. I just love how you set this up. And the lighting's really cool as well. And I like,
Yeah,
again, what I really like is that element of like how they look painted.
yeah.
Like, not I mean like custom painting, but I mean like that comic book look.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
like that style.
I experimented a lot with filters, and
Hmm.
I bet I spent a good month on trying to get that because I wanted to get that hard lines that you
Yeah.
see with like the Neko Ninja Turtle figures, and I was like, man, I got to figure out how to make this look like it's drawn, and it's a lot of work, but
Hmm.
it pays off in the end.
Looks like there's some other Leonard fans in the chat. Like
Nice.
Mudhorn Station was saying how he likes those figures, and Pat Red Food was saying how some of them have some pretty nice sculpts. But yeah, like I have to agree, some of them really do have some nice sculpts. But I've been spoiled by high articulated figures that I have a hard time either going with 5 POA or very limited articulated figures without either me going and customizing them to add more articulation,
Hmm.
or just use them as background fodder, or maybe just using some of their parts
Yeah.
for my more articulated figures. But yeah, I love where you're going with these. So how many different storylines do you have in terms of comic books? I know you have the Cryo Tales, then you have the Core Elite one. Is there another like storyline that you're working on as well, or is it mainly just those
It's
two?
just those two right now. I am floating around an idea that originally, before I started any of this, I wrote a 60 issue comic.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, that was it was the best way to describe it is Star Trek meets Jurassic Park.
What? That sounds awesome, man.
Yeah,
You
so
gotta dive back into that one.
there's an old movie called Planet of the Dinosaurs
I know
that
that movie.
yes,
I know that
yes,
movie.
you're the other person that saw it.
I've seen that, man. I haven't seen it in years, but I've seen that movie. Oh my
And
gosh, I remember that.
that's where the idea came from. And
Nice.
and my kids are really into Jurassic Park dinosaurs. So
Right.
I was like, I got all these dinosaurs laying around. I could do this, but
Nice.
I'm trying to figure out how to juggle that with the Primal Clash, because that's what got me into the Leonard toys to begin with.
Right.
Because it
You'll
would be
find a way.
the same thing, but I'd be using a little bit better dinosaurs.
Well, you don't have to limit yourself for that storyline. That storyline you can break the mold and have make new rules for that particular storyline.
Yeah.
Where you use your limitation could be only use what you have on hand. There you go. So you can use the Leonard, mix it in with the Jurassic Park stuff from Mattel.
Oh,
But yeah, awesome
so
stuff.
in the corner of this picture here,
Yep.
you see those 3 bikes. I recommend anybody out there to check out the Hot Wheels motorcycles.
Mhm.
Very easy to customize. I threw them in that picture just so I didn't have a blank corner, but
Right.
they work really well with 1/18 scale.
Oh, okay. I would have thought they would have been too small, but that's actually something to consider. Maybe convert them into like hover bikes and stuff like that as well.
Yeah.
'Cause that's what I do. I buy a lot of my stuff from AliExpress.
Yeah.
Because I'm in Canada, they ship a lot of the stuff for free, and I oftentimes will buy like 1/18 scale bikes and convert them into like hover bikes and stuff like that because I get them for so cheap.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the 1/18 scale bikes that have the die cast metal.
Yeah.
So if you were to buy those in like North America, you'd be paying like $20-$30 for them. Whereas with them, they're selling it for like $5 and sometimes cheaper.
I got them for $7 at
Nice.
my local store.
Very cool. So you just repainted them?
No, I didn't do anything to them. I put them in that corner.
Just to fill space and it looked cool.
I don't have it. I don't know where I put them right now, but yeah. Here, hold on. Give me 1 second. Did I put them back here? No. Yeah, I don't know what I did with them.
No worries.
Me and my kids have been playing in my office, so I don't know where most of my stuff went.
Dom from Toy Domination would totally love you because you're actually playing with your toys. So awesome stuff. So here's another outdoor shot. Really cool stuff.
Yeah, everybody loves riding a xenomorph, right?
Of course, that's an everyday experience. But yeah, that's a really cool shot. And then you have these guys, the gorilla. What is that? A Leonard gorilla?
Yeah, that's the boss. It's a huge figure. It's like 17 inches tall.
Wow.
It's got 17 points of articulation.
Mm-hmm.
And they just came out with a smaller one. I actually just made a custom of that for Cryo City.
Nice. I want that big one though. I have to go look for it now.
Man.
He's probably more expensive now.
Oh yeah, it's like $50.
Well, that's not bad for a 17-inch figure.
Yeah, so this is an 1/18 scale.
Hold on.
Just to get an idea how tall it is.
Yeah. Oh, 1 sec. Let me blow you up for it. What's going on? There we go.
All right. So this is to get an idea.
Holy cow, that thing's massive.
Yeah, and the mouth opens and it's pretty wild.
Because I have a Todd McFarlane one, like a cyborg one. I think his name's Cygor. Yeah, Cygor is his name. But he doesn't even come close to that size.
Yeah, so you can like fit him in his hand, fit him in the hands.
That is awesome, man.
Kind of.
Because one of the things I'll be doing for my station is building a zoo. Because my station is a gateway, so I have this one particular hunter that goes through the gateway to like different parts of the universe to grab different creatures from different worlds, and those are all going to be like in my world building as well. So one of the things I did is I used some Marvel Legend figures too, like Sauron and what's his name, Sasquatch.
Nice.
The Wendigo, because they look like big creatures. I'm like, yeah, why not use them as that? So they're not sentient like the characters in those stories, but they're going to be like big, massive beasts like this gorilla here. So who's the guy on the right?
Um,
Oops.
so that is the body of a guy from it's Jason Momoa's character from Minecraft,
Oh,
and
okay.
Ultraman's head.
That's what she said. I don't know if that's what he was referring to, but that just sounds funny
Yeah,
when you
what
think
happened
about it.
was I bought the Bandai Ultraman Rising figure for my kids, and they
Yeah.
broke the leg off of it.
Like I
And
always say, broken toy is a custom toy.
yeah, I'm like, well, I'm taking this head, guys. And I took
Nice.
it, and then I was like, what could I put it on? I'm like, oh, this would be great on this guy because he's got like the muscle shirt and the
It's a
gloves.
very unique look for sure.
Yeah.
When I initially saw that, I was thinking of the Marauders. They have a Kurt Russell, the guy from Little China,
Yeah,
Big Trouble in Little China. That character, I
yeah.
forget his name now, but that's who I thought of when I saw that shirt. I thought, oh, maybe it's a custom of that figure, but no, it's from the Jason Momoa Minecraft. I didn't even know he was in that movie. I haven't seen it, so
Oh man, I
I should
must have
check
seen
it
it like
out.
400 times. My kids love that movie.
Oh well, I could imagine. And here's another awesome shot
Yeah,
with
so
some custom characters in there.
yeah, so this issue, the Forgotten Ideas, the idea is that I'm taking all my comic book ideas that I've had in the past and throwing it in this 3-part series.
Hmm.
So the wolf in the back, when I was in 4th grade, I came up with this idea called Super Wolf. He was basically a werewolf rip off of Wolverine,
Okay.
but and I so where I grew up, I was near Cincinnati, Ohio, and Kenner Toys used to come to my school and get opinions from kids, right?
What?
And they would donate money to the school. And
Nice.
so like there was a like the Future Wars Terminator was one of the things that I remember very uh very much. And like there
Right.
was this guy with this big claw, and I'm like, man, this is awesome. You know what would be really cool is a werewolf Terminator. And then
Yes, that would be cool.
and so that's where that guy came from. And
Nice.
then the guy in front of him is like an older gentleman, and that was one of my first comic book ideas, Captain Crabgrass. And
That's where that name came from, because that's what
yes,
you had as your name on Instagram before.
right,
Nice.
yeah.
I remember
I ended
I
up changing.
accidentally called you Captain Crabapple. It was totally by accident, but yeah, I actually. So now you're looking for a new name, I'm guessing. Joey
Yeah,
Working Title
yeah.
Comics. I don't think
Well,
that's
so
the name you want to go with.
that was also my gamer tag too, but people kept calling me Captain Grabass, and I was like, ugh.
Yeah, I know that feeling. So mine's Cyber DURC, but people kept calling me Cyber Duck, and I hated that so much. So I feel your pain. But yeah, I like the idea of the Terminator animal. It kind of reminds me of a game that's coming out called Exodus, where in it there's animals that are called awakened animals. So their
Yeah,
technology has advanced them to make them more sentient and intelligent, so they can actually talk and stuff like that. So like wolves can talk and things like that. That's kind of what that reminds me of. But yeah,
nice.
very very cool concept.
Yeah,
And
and then the other two people is Joe and Dom from Toy Domination.
oh, so you know who Toy Domination is? Okay,
Yeah,
play with your toys. But yeah, awesome stuff, man. I like where you're going. So those were your newer projects that you're starting to work on. We'll start diving into some of your actual comic book work. So this is where
yeah.
we're gonna dive into some of the storylines. I'm sorry if I took stuff out of context. So I may not have gotten
Oh, good.
everything in the right order and stuff, but whatever. Feel free to correct me whenever you want. But I start out first with some of your customs and some of your just photography as well. Like that. That's definitely a Leonard's Alien.
Yeah.
Xenomorph. Because
Yeah, that's from I believe issue 4 of the Core Elite. It's
it's crazy how you could just look at one picture and know exactly where that's from. Because I
yeah,
create so many characters, but I forget half of their names.
well that's the picture I used for the cover.
Oh, okay. But
And
yeah, awesome stuff. Cyber Duck. Thank you, buddy. Thanks, man. But so yeah, here's another one of those outdoor shots.
yeah,
Really, really cool stuff.
never leave a shrapnel behind is what
Nice.
the Leonard fans say.
So here's some action shots as well.
Yeah, you
So
can
these
see.
are all these shots, all these photography shots. These are all like potential panels. Like, do you just take a lot of pictures and then choose the best one out of those, or you usually have the shots set it up for that one particular shot, and there you go, that's my panel.
Yeah, I think of it more like of a like a storyboard
Okay,
when
yeah,
I'm doing it. So I get a character and I'm like, okay, I have to get this character to point A to point B.
right,
What do I have to do? And then I just get them to. So this one I was working on trying to make it a silent issue because I
right.
had just read for the first time the GI Joe
Oh, the Snake Eyes one.
yeah.
Yeah, that was
And I
awesome.
was like, and I feel like Smoke is kind of like Snake Eyes in the core. But he's a gamer and he talks. So yeah, this was one of my favorite shots that I did on
Nice.
my last issue.
But yeah, really cool stuff. I like where you I like how you put your panels together. And so here's back behind the stage. So this is a extreme set that you're using, right? For the
Yep.
diorama.
Yep.
Nice.
And it's got I think that the big pillar is from a from one 110 scale, I think. I don't
Right.
remember. But it's from like a sewer thing, and then
Oh, okay.
and then
Just
those little
decided to
cube
kit
lights,
bash.
yeah, and those little cube lights are just a game changer for me. I used to use these little pucks.
Yeah.
I used 3 AAAs, and they
Oh my
only
gosh. I That's how I started too. Like those little round pucks. You
yeah,
have to use 3 AAA batteries, and like sometimes you forget them on. And
yeah,
then they die. But those look like loom cubes.
yes, yeah, but they're cheaper. They're like I don't
The
know, like
From the
20 bucks a pop.
Ulazi or Uzani, I think, makes one similar to the Loom Cube one. I
Yeah,
have to replace the ones I have because I had Loom Cube ones. They drop and broke, even though they were supposed to be indestructible. They drop and broke, and then I posted it on Instagram, and then the president of Loom Cube saw that and sent me 2 of his own older ones. He says, "Oh, here, I'll just send you these 2." And he sent me 2. Those broke as well, but because I have butterfingers, I keep dropping shit. Now I have carpets, so at least if things drop, they don't break. But yeah, those lights are phenomenal. I like the magnetic parts that you can attach to them, so you
yeah,
can get like different types of diffusers and stuff like that for your lighting as well.
yeah. That's where I get a lot of my color lighting. Like here, I'm using a red filter on one of the lightings.
Yep, very cool stuff though.
Oh yeah, man.
She looks cool. I like that character.
Yeah, yeah. Snakebite is by far one of my favorite characters in the core, and
Mhm.
I painted her hair blue, uh and then
You'd
I
never
got
know in that shot.
yeah, and then I painted her like armor gray because
Mhm.
in my story there's a special group called the police agents, which are
Right.
they're like special forces kind of,
Okay. Yeah,
and
she's nice.
yeah, yeah, and man, what's really cool about Leonard toys is that like their weapons fit
Mhm.
into the molds. Like she has a holster on her,
Right.
and she's got like these 2 pieces on her back that holds daggers. But
Nice.
yeah, yeah,
And she's a nice looking character. When I would normally when I think of Leonard toys, I don't think of cool looking figures like this. I think of more of they're basic generic figures that don't look that good. But this, she actually looks. I want that figure now. She looks really cool. I like that one. See, I
Oh,
think more like how his body is. I think Leonard figures more like how his body looks, but
yeah.
he
That
still
was
looks
my
cool.
my attempt to make a custom Snake Baliskin.
Oh, okay. You know who I was thinking of? I was thinking of Solid Snake. That's who I was thinking.
It's
Same
essentially the same
difference, right?
person.
Same difference. But yeah, cool stuff. So now, oh, here she is again. So now we get a better look at her and her blue hair and stuff.
Yeah,
That's
and that's an old um Toy Biz Mojo that fits in, and I
I've
call him
always
Fat.
wanted that figure, man. But now he's a fortune. Like I tried to find him, he's just too expensive. It's not worth the
Yeah, I
price.
got lucky. The guy, her partner in the comic, Miles,
Hmm.
I got him on eBay with the Mojo,
Nice.
and I
I
was like,
love those kind of deals.
because I wasn't thinking about getting the Mojo, and then I was like, I could see something. I got the ball rolling here.
But yeah, it's a nice looking character. Let's take a quick look at what you got next. So now, so do you do drawing, or I know this is just a filter that you use, but do you draw as well?
I try. I'm not that good. I'm like,
So that's why you use photography to
yeah,
make your comic
exactly.
books. Okay, awesome stuff. So here, speaking of your comic books, here are some of the covers. So these are the two different lines that you're working on, the Core Elite, as well as the Cryo City. So tell us a little bit more. Actually, I want to know a little bit more about Cryo City. What's really that about?
Okay, so Cryo City is about, it's a city that people went to get cryo froze because they would
Right.
find they had to have some kind of illness that they didn't have a cure for, and they just wanted to be frozen until then. Well, there was also two fractions that broke off, that people that couldn't afford to get frozen,
Hmm.
and uh and they went two different routes. So they went technology
Right.
or gene splicing,
Oh, okay.
and that's what created Cryo City. So you got a mixture of people they call splicers, and
Hmm.
then you got the corporation who want to just advance their technology more and more, and
Okay.
they are in a part of doing human trafficking to make their technology more and more, and build basically their army.
All right, that makes sense. But you were saying that that one smuggler that you created for basically for the challenge, you said he can go around and find
Oh yeah,
different types of stuff. Like
yes.
that Necro book, how does that tie into Cryo City?
All right, so in I forget what it's, the issue called Orphans.
Hmm.
They're Alice go she, so she Alice grew up in an orphanage, all right,
Right.
and in the she got a job doing because she was a muck runner,
Okay.
and which is basically like a shadow runner, or like a bounty hunter, or just doing
Like an
little jobs.
infiltrator.
Yes, and she got a job from the priest that she grew up with in the orphanage, and that one of the kids that disappeared,
Okay.
and she went to find the kid, and it turns to find out the kid ended up in a cult,
Huh.
and the kid was about to be sacrificed to bring forth their god that they believe in,
Right.
and so Alice put a stop to that and saved her, and then got beat up, and then was saved by one of the local police.
Okay. Cool. Well, Fat Red Foo has to go, so thanks for sticking around, buddy.
Man, thanks for sticking around, bud.
Have a good evening, my friend, and congratulations on the T-shirt. I'll reach out to you after the show, and you can let me know the color. But yeah, so and then Core Elite, what's that about? Like you said, it's like a special type of team, right?
Yeah, so my original idea for the core was that I would make a comic based on the current storyline that was coming out with the core, and I started that in 2019, but
Mm-hmm.
then the pandemic happened, and then the core disappeared. So I
Right.
had to backpedal a lot, and I ended up getting in a situation where uh, I wanted to do the Primal Clash because I was in uh, Albany, New York, and I saw I was at the Walmart there, and they had Jurassic Clash. That's what it called it back then. And
Right.
I was like, man, GI
I need
Joes
these.
riding dinosaurs, like this is what I want. That's what I want. And I was like, if I did a comic, man, if I could get sponsored by them, that'd be awesome. So that's what started all that. And
Right.
then and then they did the core universe where there's like multi storylines all
Right.
coming into one, right? And that's how
Nice.
like you get the Jumanji figures, you get the new core celebrating the 40th anniversary. You get the
Right.
old figures, you get the new figures.
Wow, that's
And
crazy. It's kind of like how I'm trying to world build with this all the IP sci-fi IPs that I love.
yeah.
I found a way of incorporating them into my storyline. So but this is like cool stuff. So here's some more covers. Like
Mhm.
I love the that you're just using photography to create these covers. Like some really cool concepts. So we saw some of these other pictures, and even in the intro, you saw that picture on the right. That's so. How many comics do you have altogether? So I see Cryo City there. That's issue number 1. But how many do you have?
I think I have 6 issues done of Cryo City,
Okay,
and then I'm starting issue 9 with the Core Elite.
nice. Oh, I see Toy Dominations featured in this one. That's cool. That's awesome stuff,
Yeah,
man.
that's Orphans. That's where the cult uh shows up.
Nice. But yeah, and then here's a few more covers. Tales of Cryo City. I hear like that 1940s voice. Tales of Cryo City, 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 like the Flash Gordon type announcer voice. I can totally see these as like animated series.
Yeah.
They'd be really cool.
In
But
the
yeah,
4-year-old D&D adventures, my oldest he's starting to get into D&D,
nice.
and he's like, "Dad, can you make a comic book out of this?" And
That's
so
cool.
everything that happens in those little minis that I make on my Instagram
Right.
is just his ideas that I'm just taking pictures of and running
That's
with.
cool. And then creating your stories based on that. That's
Yeah,
awesome
I
stuff,
was
man.
working on a new one because I had to change the title to 5 because he had a birthday.
Nice. So it's gonna keep increasing in age every time. It's gonna be a new storyline. But yeah, it's cool stuff, man. So those are the covers. Let's take a look at some of the panel work that you've done. So here's some of the panel work. Now you said you use what program did you say you use for this?
I use a program called Comic Life,
Mm-hmm.
and essentially, like, I strongly recommend don't get the Comic Life 4. Use Comic Life 3. It's the older version, because I don't know why they did it, but I've been using this program since 2005.
Yeah.
And they changed everything in the new one, and I ended up deleting it because it frustrated me.
I hate when they do that. They make like drastic changes to something that always worked. It's like, why change what works? Like, okay, if you want to add new features, that's fine. But don't
Yeah,
overhaul everything and create something new that people who've been using it for years are not going to want to use anymore. And that's probably what happened to them
yeah,
with this new version. Unless they're trying to get like a whole new audience to try to buy their stuff, but that's usually not the best way to go about it.
yeah. I think they might be pivoting away from comics, which is sad.
Oh, that's too bad. But yeah, these I'm just kind of going through these here because I want people to go and find the comics and go and read them, as opposed to starting to read them here and then it's like, oh wait, don't go back to that last page. I want to see what you're doing there.
Oh
So
yeah, man.
so I know I just grabbed whatever I saw on your Instagram because I just thought grab whatever I thought looked really cool. Are these all from like Cryo City, or are these like from Core, and
This
are
is
these
from the
like a
course.
mix?
So what
Okay,
you're seeing here is Plague is creating his super soldiers, right? And
hmm
these are the super soldier tubes. And what I did is I took a at Home Depot they have like this clear plastic tube that goes over your fluorescent lights,
yeah,
and I cut that up and then just made pucks out of Play-Doh, and
nice.
that
And you made chambers out of them.
yeah, and the cord is from like an old vacuum cleaner, and
Cool. See, that's so now you know what our show's about. You see that you fit right in with how you create a lot of your stuff, which is really cool. So here's some
and
more.
yeah, and that early issue, man, that was before I even learned about anything. I was just taking cardboard out of that had texture and spray painting it
Nice.
gray
A
and
customer at heart, man. You're a natural. But yeah, some really amazing shots. And again, I like the fact that you use that filter to give it more of that comic book feel to
yeah,
it. Which, like you said, it adds the hard lines and stuff like that to give it that almost that hand drawn comic look.
yeah.
Really
I
cool
don't do that
stuff.
with the core
Yeah.
because I want the figures to shine because
Oh, okay.
I think I love the core figures. They're just so generic, like they're just like no one knows their story, you know, and
Right.
except like a handful of people.
Like me personally, what I do is like a lot of the times, any figure, even iconic ones, I I usually change up their stories. Like
Yeah,
I usually make my own character out of them. So like I'll see a character, let's say like Zartan, but in my story he might still have the same name, but just completely different background because
yeah,
he fits into like my pirates,
yeah,
for my sci-fi pirates and stuff like that. So that's how I tend to use things. But you're actually using the core characters as their characters as who they are, like their
yeah,
actual identities. Nice.
yeah. Because before I got a spreadsheet of what when before they took down their website, I made a giant collage of all the characters and like what they said their bios were, and
Right.
so that's the guideline I go by when I write the figures or
Look at
take.
that. You have some fans in there. Really awesome, Joey. Yeah, really awesome stuff. But before we continue on with the rest of the panels that I have here, I just want to give an opportunity to the chat to do the second giveaway. So we're gonna pause for a second just so we can do that. So let's take care of that. All right, so the banner is now on the screen. So this one is called hashtag Wallop. So WALLUP. So wall up, all in one word. That is the hashtag. Put that in there, and by the end of the show, we'll come back to that. And all of you guys that stuck around, you'll have an opportunity to win one of Border Station X's graffiti walls. And I forgot to put a picture to show you guys, but actually, hold on. I think I have one nearby. Just give me a second, guys. Let's see if I can grab it.
Meanwhile, a boxing kangaroo. Talk about packing a wallop. Too soon. Too soon. Oh, Pirates, you're muted, bud.
Yeah, so you guys would
There
get a
you go.
wall like this, similar to this. Now this one is because it was made for me. It was personalized to me with stuff that really I identify with. But you guys would get an opportunity to get a WIP Wednesday version of that as well. So again, the hashtag is going across the screen right now. Hashtag Wallop, all one word, all lowercase,
Wallop.
for your opportunity to win one of those graffiti walls. I'll send those out by the end of the month, and come back every week until the first week of July is where the last wall's gonna go up. So every week there's gonna be an opportunity to win a wall. So you might be lucky and win every week and get 4 walls. But yeah, so let's go right back to where we left off. So yeah, the core elite, based on the actual core elite. So you said you got the information from their site, so you
Yeah.
can get an idea of who they were.
Yep. And this is right. So when I started this issue, I was um it was right when the aliens line came out, and so I made that a virtual reality so that I'd be able to tie in the aliens into the issue.
Right.
And that's
Can you hear
where
me?
yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, okay, good. Yeah,
Okay.
that's because my mic popped out. I don't know how you heard me before because I didn't. My mic was unplugged, so I don't know. Maybe it was from my computer mic. But yeah, that's really cool. I like the fact that you're actually using the real storylines for these characters to make these comic books. Because most people, when they want to create something, I'll just use the figures and create my own story. You know what I mean? Like what I normally do.
Yeah.
So now, were you looking to do that just because you just love the storyline behind these characters, or is it because you mentioned before? Oh, wouldn't it be cool if I can get like sponsored?
Yeah, that's what.
Was that something you were looking to do, or?
Yeah, I was looking. I was like, well, it'd be great if I got sponsored. Because what I do is the figures I don't use, I just give to my kids,
Oh, okay.
and that's what I was looking for. Is just like if they want it, and then if if I got sponsored and they send me their new stuff, I feature it in my comic, and if it doesn't stick to the storyline, then I just give it to my kids.
Nice. Now, how actually? So you have a 5-year-old.
Yep, and I have a 3-year-old.
Oh, okay. So they're like right at the prime age for playing with toys and like loving your story. So they're getting into the whole world building side of things as well. Because you're
Yeah,
giving them a good example.
I
Of
bought I had an old cat tree that wasn't it wasn't very stable for the cats.
right.
So I just gutted it and turned it into like a space station or a GI
Nice.
Joe base.
Very cool stuff. So you're gonna have to show us pictures of that in your storylines when you get an opportunity. Yeah, I love the fact that you have like the sets and all that stuff built around them. You customize the figures and stuff like that just to make them unique and stand out.
Yeah, you can see
Each
this
time.
is
So
this is what early on when I started doing this, because my Star Wars spoof comics is mostly like just like Jay and Silent Bob hanging out in front of the Mos Espa cantina, and
nice.
this I've trying to add like detail into the scene,
Right.
but the more I evolve in my work, I can tell you that like you can see on this, especially the one on my right,
Hmm.
the page where smoke's coming down into the chamber,
Yeah.
that it's just a very bland scene. I could add
Mhm.
there's so much stuff I could add it to that scene, but
It's crazy when you're a creator. You always notice the faults, whereas no one else would have noticed that. Like I didn't even think of any of those things, but you're probably thinking, oh, I would have put this in there and I would have added that. You're seeing all the things that are faults, but I just see a cool comic book.
Yeah,
So yeah,
and
that's
what's
awesome.
really cool is, like, the like, that grate there, that's
Mhm.
from one of the Leonard figure boxes.
Nice.
Like, I was really, really trying to make everything into that if it wasn't, Leonard, then I made it generic, you
Right.
know?
You were one of those kids growing up that used to play with the box more than the toy, weren't
Yeah.
you? You were that kid. So yeah, this is part of like some of your newer stuff now because you can
Yeah, this
tell.
is the
You
the
can
new
actually, like you
issues that
said, you can actually see the evolution of your work because, like you said, you fill up the panels a lot better now with more
yeah.
detailed stuff. Like the one on the left, that one you can clearly see it's like one of your newer shots because you're even like going like you're even playing around with like the focus, like adding a motion blur and stuff like that
Yeah.
to your shots, which is really cool as well. But yeah, that looks awesome. And then adding the sound with the words, like true comic book.
Yeah, that
Yep.
and yeah, that's one of the things in the, comic life, they have, like, sound effects,
Yeah.
and that's just one of the things. You click on that, drag it to the panel, and then it has, like, I don't know, 50 different, fonts that you can choose from,
Right.
and that's what I went with.
Like you're inspiring me to want to make a comic book now. I kind of want to do a comic book, but I have to find a way of making it different than what you do, so that's not like, oh, he's just copying that guy. I kind of want to make.
Oh, it's
I
all
want to see
good.
if there's a way I
Well
can make the motion comics. That's what I would ultimately like to do.
well, you could do that too. All you have to do is, like, you can make these panels, and then you could crop each individual panel
Hmm.
and have it do its thing, you know? Which
So
is
you
what
can
I
actually put videos in the panels as opposed to just static pictures.
I don't know, I've never tried that.
Because the thing is, on my phone, one of the features that it has is that it can make cinematic shots. So
Yeah.
it kind of makes your characters move. So if I can use that along with this, I can make motion comics. That's pretty
I'm sh
cool. See,
I
this
don't
is
know, I've
why I
never
have
tried.
this show, man. This is why I have this show. It's like people can just put ideas out there and we can work together and come up with awesomeness, right? Like
Yeah,
this is
man, I'm
awesome.
telling you, man, best $60 you ever spent.
I'm curious now about this. I'd like to, because I, especially with the storytelling, I
Mhm.
initially got into collecting to do stop motion, but then
Yeah,
I even went as far as buying Dragon Frame, which is pretty much the Hollywood premiere program for stop motion, and I've yet to use it just because I know how much work goes into stop motion. Like I used to do when camcorders first came out. I used to do
mhm,
stop motion back then, and I loved it because I was a kid. I didn't know any better. Now that I'm older and I know how much work goes into each like scene, it's
mhm.
like I'm not as motivated motivated to create that. But something like this, which is almost like you're creating, like you said, storyboarding. It can lead into the comic books, but then also lead to somewhere down the road when I want to make stop motion. I already have
Yeah,
all my storyboards, so I have an
yeah.
idea of what kind of view and vision that I want in terms of the storytelling. But yeah, this is amazing stuff, man. So here's the program. So this is what the program
Yeah,
itself
so that's
looks
the
like.
program. So you got your on the, right-hand side, you see the comic panels that they
Oh, that you
they
can
have
choose
they
from.
have a
Okay.
group of, like, probably 20 of just different panels throughout the entire genre of comics
Right.
from manga to the '60s, and
Nice.
I forget what that's the '60s one. That's one I usually use for Cryo City because, I do a lot of 8 panel grids on that, which is exhausting, but, uh, that's, uh that's where I get my panel. I what you do is you click on that, drag it over, you got your
Yeah.
fresh panel layout, and then down here in the corner is the pictures, and you click
Hmm.
on that picture, drag it to the panel, and then move it where you
Nice.
need it.
So you can just like figure it out,
Yeah,
like how to scale it. I mean, to the panel
yeah,
itself.
and it's crazy because, like, it changes my photography because I also have to remember that I need to make room for the speech bubbles.
Right. Yes. I didn't even think about that. I was thinking, oh, I'll just throw a picture in there, but then you have to think, oh well, if I want this particular part to stand out in the shot, I have to put it in an angle where there's enough room so that they can have the dialogue in there as well. So yeah, I didn't even think about that. But yeah, you've done a
All
really
right,
good
Toy
with the
Box
spacing.
Pixels. If you want to read my comics, go to Webtoons, and I'm on there.
Awesome. So yeah, like I said, I'll put a link to Webtoons. Once the show's done, I'll go back into the description, add the links, so you guys can go check them out if you don't remember the page. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that up there because I definitely want to bring interest to your stuff because I
Yeah,
want to go and
you can
check
also
those out
see
too.
like there's the speech bubbles, like the different kinds they have, and
Yep.
then they have so many different kinds of captions that you can put in there. And
Nice.
yeah, this is a raw picture where I haven't added any dialogue yet, or
Right. Or any of the
yeah.
sound effects or anything. Very cool. That's awesome stuff. So are you planning on ever printing any of these or?
Well, I was going to,
Hmm.
but it turns out that when I started my comics, I didn't pick the right ratio size to print my comics.
Oh, that
So
sucks.
now it's like magazine size.
Oh, so you have to go back and reconfigure everything.
Yeah, I tried to do that when I did the first Toy Domination crossover in the core,
Right.
and oh man, that's the reason I was going to send well, I ended up doing it, but uh I send Dom a spaceship from
Right.
Exo Squad, and I was going to add something extra to it, and I wanted to make that into a comic book,
Right.
and the ratio size was all wrong, and I'd have to redo the entire comic, and I was like, oh
Yeah. No thanks. Especially when you already put in so much work into the original design, and I have to go back and change everything. It's kind of like because I'm writing a sci-fi book, and I had written all this amazing storyline, but then I was thinking, oh no, it sounds too similar to another thing, the sci-fi that I've watched. And it's like, oh, I have to go back and change. It's like, oh, I don't feel like so I kind of just cut that whole part of the story out, just so that way it didn't seem similar to some of the other sci-fi. So because basically the book that I'm writing kind of incorporates all the sci-fi that I grew up with, all the different styles of sci-fi that I grew up with that I really enjoyed, and I
yeah,
kind of amalgamated them all together into one story, my own unique story, but and kind of tied in like real world events to fit into the story so that it would make more sense. But yeah, this the comic book might be a direction to go in. At least now that I found out about your hardships that you have to go through in terms of the sizing. At least now I know. Okay, I have to remember to configure it or format it so that it's comic book size in case I want to print it. But that's awesome stuff. So what's next for you, man? So what are your plans?
well, I was looking. I came out with 5 issues of the core last year,
Hmm.
and so I'm now that it's nice weather outside, I'm really pushing for the core.
Right,
Um, and and then I got to finish. I got an idea how to do the because the next 3 issues of Cryo City is like the season finale type deal,
right.
and I got to figure out how to get Dom and Joe out of Cryo City. I got to figure out where to take the characters. Um,
Hmm.
do I just end it? Because there's a one of the storylines is that Alice died and she is confronted by death to do a job for him to stop
Nice.
his son from killing everybody in her realm. And because what started all that was like my oldest was really into Monster Jam,
Right,
and Spin Master came out with figures of the Monster Jam like gimmicks,
right.
and I went nuts and I bought all of them, and I'm like, I got it. I have to. Everything that I'm doing is influence on like the everyday thing I'm doing with my kids.
Right.
And so death is the grim is the oh man is what's his name? Grim is Gravedigger. Uh,
Gravedigger. Okay.
all right, and the mechanical arm came from a Maximus unit, which was a doomsday device from Max D,
Right.
the monster truck, and then like the two main thugs of the splicers is El Toro Loco and Megalodon.
Nice.
And then Death's son, obviously, is Son of a Digger. And I
Son of a digger. I like that.
and that figures is so cool. And there was so much detail in the figures. All I did was do a black wash on all of them,
Right.
and everything pops, you know. Like the Gravedigger figure has skulls for boots. I'm like, come on,
Mhm.
man. It writes itself.
Oh, you just figured out how to do a cool frost. Oh yeah, I saw that because you sent that to me. They're talking about different customization stuff that they can do. He figured out a way to do like these crystals using hot glue and stuff like that. So it's really cool.
Ooh.
But yeah, I love. Like I said, I love where you're going. I'm definitely gonna now check out those comic books. I wish I had time. I had the time to check it out before the show. Um, but I did read through the ones I did post on here today, and yeah, I really love the storyline. Although everything I was reading is kind of like here and there from all over the place, I kind of want
Yeah.
to now follow the proper storyline.
Yeah,
Sounds like a lot of
Webtoons,
fun.
it's a lot more organized than my Instagram, because
Right,
originally when I was putting it on Instagram, I wasn't putting the covers, so it was just
right.
like one long giant issue.
So now that you're putting the covers, so how many pages per like, issue do you have?
I usually normally it's 25.
Oh, okay. It's like basically like a smaller comic book.
Right. But
Nice.
in Cryo City, like the tournament of the Men of Iron tournament, that
Mhm.
one was like, I don't know, 36 pages, because it was a lot of action.
Right.
So it was it was a lot of just like, I don't know. It wasn't that challenging to like make a lot of pages, because it was just
Right.
action of fighting.
So you
And
don't have
then
to worry too much about dialogue. It's more
yeah,
just pure fighting. Nice.
yeah. And then
Yeah.
the Valentine's issue that I did for Cryo City was, I think, was like 12 pages. It was real short,
Right.
but the idea that I got from that was um, when you listen to a song, try to I was trying to take that song and apply it to my comic, like a music
Nice.
video in a way.
That's cool.
And so so that song is Don't Stop Believing, right? For that, and I was like, man, this is such a beautiful love song between two people.
Right.
Wouldn't it be great if I tied that into Cryo City? And then
And then you
that's how that happened.
did. That's really cool, man. So like I said, I definitely have to go to Webtoon and check that out. Like I said to you guys, I'll leave a link in the description. So for those of you guys watching the replay, you guys already have it there for you. For those of you guys in the chat now, if you guys haven't already gone there and found it yourselves, I'll add it after the show, usually within an hour after the show, because it has to get posted up anyways. So I'll add that on there, and then you guys can go and check out all of his awesome stuff. But also go and check him out if you don't already on Instagram. And you said you're on Facebook as well.
Yeah, but
I'm
don't
like you. I haven't touched my Facebook in a while.
I do have something to show you though. You want to talk about bad guys, right?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So one of the things I have in my story is the Kern, who I call the Moon People,
Right.
and this is the army I'm starting with.
Wait, hold on. Yeah, zoom in on you there. Let's take a closer look. Oh, nice. Oh, I
So
see
yeah, I
some
got
Final Faction figures in there.
yeah. It's all Final Faction, and then the big gorilla is the boss
Bernard
figure from
guy.
Leonard.
Right.
I gave it a black prime, and then
Mhm.
I painted the green on it, and then I painted too much green, and then I had to do a black wash on it.
Right. That that looks like it's gonna be a whole lot of fun. Awesome stuff. So yeah, that's what you got next. So yeah, a lot of good stuff going on. Like I said, guys, go and check out the comic book. Go and check out his Instagram. You'll find the links on my page. And yeah, thank you so much for coming by and chatting with us about your comic books. Thank you for inspiring me now because I think I might want to go and give that a shot. Because I was
Nice.
thinking, oh, a lot. You probably have to put in a heck of a lot more work than just drag and dropping onto the panels and stuff like that. I thought a lot of it was done manually because I used to that program that you use. I used it way back in the day, like when it first came out. It was a little bit more involved. It wasn't as simple as it is now. So I stopped using it. So I might have to go back now and buy a version of
Yeah,
this.
like a lot of Instagram pictures, like when people were like they tell their they take their pictures and they tell it in the big bio, and I'm like,
Yeah.
man, you guys could be using Comic Life
Well, that's kind of
and
why I want to do that now because I'm that guy. I'm the guy who writes that whole thing. And then the thing is, you're limited with how much space you can type in there, how much text you can put in there. And then the other thing too is nobody ever reads that because they just want to go through the pictures. Whereas when you have the comic book, you're naturally gonna follow the storyline because it's all happening in front of you.
exactly.
Whereas once you, the other thing too is when you have the Instagram pictures, you can't really coordinate what you're writing on the unless you say okay this picture one is this happening, but then you have to really limit and summarize what you're trying to say in terms of like what you're trying to show off in the picture. Even though I try to take pictures where I try to take pictures where you it tells a story, so you don't really have to write anything about it. Oh,
Yeah.
Timbo Toys just came. What's up, man? You came just in time. I'm about to do the second draw. So if you want a chance, type in hashtag wall up, all in one word, all in lowercase. So WALLUP. So wall up in one word, all in lowercase. Type that in there, the hashtag. I'll give you an opportunity to do that. So you guys now have a 1 in 9 chance to win. So thank you for you 9 that have stuck, or 8, and then now Timbo, for sticking around until the end here. I really do appreciate the support. And for those of you guys watching the replay, thank you so much for joining the replay squad. I appreciate that as well. A lot of great content today. We actually went through the monthly challenge for the month of May. We went through Joey's amazing work, the weekly grievances as usual, and some of the projects that we have upcoming. So definitely go check those out if you haven't already. Timbo, you have an opportunity. You can go and do that as well later on. But great show. Again, thank you so much for coming on, Joey. I really do
Hey, thanks
appreciate
for
you
having me.
coming on. It was a lot of fun. I always love when we have a creator on because, again, I get inspired by because usually every creator brings something different to the community. That's kind of why I like having this show, and I can share that with the community.
Hmm.
And we also get to find out how you go about doing your craft, which is really cool. So now we've
Yeah,
learned a
like
little bit.
yeah, an
So
example is like I look at a figure and I like I don't collect figures.
right,
I buy figures that tell me a story. And then when that tells me a story, I need to project that story
right. Whereas with
because
me, how I am is I see a figure and lots of time, like I said before, I'll even buy iconic figures, but then create a whole other story with a new character name and idea, and sometimes I'll customize them to make them look different than what the iconic figure looks like. But in general, I try to come up with my own stories, and usually when I see a figure, I see a story that
yeah.
pops into my head, right? So yeah, it's a whole lot of fun creating these things. I just wish my ADHD didn't always get in the way and stop me from creating more than I wish I could do more, but I don't do enough.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what you do with that Shimu figure because it's
Oh, the Shimo. I did that was part of the Rat Toys jousting. Um,
yeah, man.
yeah, the jousting thing. So I actually turned it. I had the saddle to it and everything. So that one's pretty much done. I'm
That's
pretty much
awesome.
done with the Shimo. So yeah, you can check out the pictures for that. I actually want to do a proper story, and now that I've discovered this, like what you do, I want to do that now because then now I feel I can tell a better story with the comic books than I have so far with the Instagram and having to like write everything out in the little bio section. But what I was also thinking about doing is making those motion comics, but on YouTube. So like instead of like having a comic book, just doing a video, but like motion comics and tell the story that way. So that way I can use my voice to narrate or AI to narrate as well. So, I don't know. I'm still playing around with ideas, but if I can do the comic book thing, I might incorporate both. Like do the
Yeah.
comic book, but on YouTube. And you know how sometimes on YouTube you can find those motion comics and they do the panels and everything, but they'll zoom in on a panel, and then that one particular panel will have all the motion, and the rest will just be regular panels. And then
Hmm.
they tend to focus on certain panels to make those have the motion.
Yeah.
I might do it that way too. So that way I don't have to do every single panel.
You might want to look into. There's a program that I used in college called After Effects.
I use After Effects.
All right, there you go.
I do know how to use it. I haven't really used it much. I mainly use it for like creating my segments, like those different segments that you've seen and stuff where
Mhm.
I add the text. I do that. Or like the monthly build challenge where there's the video within the text. All
Mhm.
that kind of stuff I've done with After Effects.
Well, there you go, bud. There's your motion comic right there.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to play around with that. I just hope my ADHD won't prevent me from getting stuff done. But anyways, with that said, again, thank you so much for being on here. Check his stuff out. You guys won't be disappointed with what you see. I know I'm not going to be, so I'm going to go and check that out right after this. But first, let us now. I think everyone's had an opportunity to put their wallop in there. Did you put yours in there, Joey? In the
I'll go
chat?
ahead. No, I didn't put it in there yet, but I'll put it in
Good.
there.
Go ahead right now, so you have a chance of winning this as well. It'd be crazy if you win. Or I can just put it in myself, and if I win, I get to keep it. Even though I paid for it already. Oh my goodness. So yeah, hashtag wall up. So let's make sure you have that all in there. Okay, guys. Good luck to each and every one of you guys. Hopefully, one of you guys will be quite happy, and I'll send you guys the picture of the one that I'll be sending out. Check out my. Actually, I think I already put it up on my Instagram, so you can check that out. Looks like there's someone missing. I have 9. I thought there would have been 10, but there's 9. But anyways, are you guys ready? Let us share the screen. Let's do that. Now that I know what I'm doing. Oh my goodness. All right, here we go. Here's the screen I'm going to share, and let us share. All right, here we go. And boom, boom. Starboy Station! You are our winner. That's 2 in a row for you now. That's awesome, man. You won the last one on episode 50, and now you won here. Good for you, brother. Congrats. Starboy Station, you are a winner of the graffiti wall created by Wolfman himself. Congratulations, my friend. I'll reach out to you. Actually, I don't have to reach out to you. I have your address already. So I'm going to send that along with. Actually, I have to get the wall from Wolfman. He hasn't sent them to me yet. So what I'll do is I'll wait till I get that, and then I'll send everything. Your dinosaur, your greeby bits for Jawa Town, and that wall as well. So now you can maybe add that to your Jawa Town. There you go. Or maybe I can get the one. I think there's one that has a Jawa. Yeah, I think I have one that has a Jawa. If I do, I can send that to you. Would you want that one? I'll let him decide. But anyways, for those of you guys that didn't win, I'm so sorry you didn't win. But thank you for being here. But you can come back next week, because next week you'll have an opportunity to win again. And in next week's Creators Corner, we have Think Tank Toy.
Oh, man, Think Tank.
He's going to be on the show, so I can't wait for that. And then on the 24th, I'm going to actually give you guys a head start on who's the creators that are going to be on. On the 24th, we have my SW guy, so my Star Wars guy. He's going to be, or my Star Wars guys. He's going to be on the show on the 24th. So next week, we have Think Tank Toy on the 17th. And then on the 24th, we have my Star Wars guys. He's going to be on the show.
And if you guys haven't checked out Think Tank, you got to. That guy's
he's phenomenal.
His craft of lighting is beyond.
It's crazy, it's crazy.
Every time I see it, I'm like, man, I'm just an amateur.
But hey, that's the whole point of the community, right? We get inspired by each other's work. We learn new things, and some stuff that you do, he probably doesn't do, and I didn't think about doing it that way, right? So we all learn from each other. That's why I love the community. That's why I started this show, so that people can share their ideas, especially like their greenleys. Because sometimes my mind is blown with the stuff that people come up with just everyday junk. So it's really awesome stuff. Well, yeah, thank you so much again for being here, Joey. Thank you all that stuck around for being here. Starboy, congratulations. Fat Red Food, congratulations on the earlier win. And to everybody else, I hope to see you guys next week. And until then, take care, pirates.